the recording and share my screen. Okay, so real quickly, I'm glad that you're here. My name is David Silverman. I live outside of Washington, D.C. My background is foot and ankle surgery and podiatry. I've sold my practice. I just do one thing now to support my family and for joy in my life, and it's make people aware of this breakthrough. Some people are open-minded about it. Some people are skeptical about it. Some people are closed-minded about it. I don't know where you fit. If you're here, I'd imagine you're pretty open-minded. I was a skeptical doctor when I was introduced to this in December of 2010, but my father had a severe prostate issue, and that was my reason for opening my mind. I wanted to see double-blind studies on diseases. I wanted to see double-blind studies. I wanted to see publications. I couldn't find everything that I wanted, but I found enough to know that this could not hurt in any way, and there was something significant here, and I love my father. So whatever your reason for being here, I'm going to share a couple of slides, then I'm just going to talk a little bit. I'm very glad that you're here. And I'm happy I get to celebrate my birthday with you all. So that's my wife, Wendy, on the right. We live outside, again, of Washington, D.C. We have 3 grown children. And our daughter just graduated and moved to New York City. So our kids are kind of spread out. But I'm very passionate about this, about making people aware of it and helping other people make the people they know aware of it. That's why we do these webinars. That's why I dedicate my life to doing this, because it's something important. And podiatry and foot surgery was very important, but this gives me the ability to help people on a global scale. It is quite remarkable. I am very, very, very passionate about this product, and I'm passionate about the opportunity as well, because a lot of people are struggling or settling in life, and they like to find a way to make more money and help people. And with this, you have all of it. But I have to say one thing. This product's incredible for physical health, for mental health, for adults, for children, for animals. It's a breakthrough. And it is a gift to humanity. And there's an opportunity side of this, which is really important, as I say, for people who want more out of life. The product itself is far more important than the opportunity. I don't care what anybody says. For humanity, this is more important than the opportunity by far. And so if you're here to learn about the product, you're going to hear about both. You may end up being like me, where you're focused on the product at first, but then when you see that it actually is real, that it's patented, that it's set up in a way that you can help a lot of people and help yourself as well, you may be interested in the business down the road. There's some people that come to these webinars that have already seen the product work, and they said 2 weeks ago or a month ago or 2 months ago, if it works, I'd be interested in the opportunity. And now you're back to learn more about the opportunity. I'm going to focus more on the product here today, but I am going to touch on the business for those people who are interested in that part of it, okay? Please watch this video at the bottom, Genesis of ASEA. It's at amazingmolecules.com. It will explain why this product is marketed through network marketing, why it was not bought by a pharmaceutical company, and who that man is, who's an incredible individual, Vertus Norton. Remarkable story, and that website will give you a lot of good resources. I'll share my screen in just a minute, so you can see what else is there, because there's quite a lot of really, really good information there. People always want to know, is my father still alive? Yes, this was 2 years ago, and I'm going to dinner with my parents tonight for my birthday. That was my grandmother's 106th birthday 2 years ago. Yes, we're very grateful to Vertus Norton for saying no to the pharmaceutical buyout and the patents. Because if he had sold out for the 8-figure offer from the pharmaceutical company, I don't know if I'd had my father, if I would have him here today. And I know there are a lot of people that would not still be on this planet because he did not sell it to the pharmaceutical company. Let me share one thing. I am what's called an ambassador diamond with this company. I don't work for the company. None of us work for the company. We're independent distributors for this company. But I'm going to share my screen to show you that I'm on the medical professionals board of the company with some other doctors. And I'm going to show you where you can hear their perspectives. The company is called ASEA, ASEA. Here's the medical professionals board. There's me. is Dr. Richard Michael. He's an internist. Dr. Hayes is an anesthesiologist. Dr. Malmet is a chiropractor. Jerry White is a physical therapist. Sally Diamond is in Australia. She is a licensed remedial massage therapist there. She does a lot more than massage. This is the board. We are volunteers on this board. We don't work for the company. There is a website if you want to hear other doctors, what other doctors have to say about this. There is a website called healthprowebinar.com. healthprowebinar.com. Maybe somebody can type it into the chat bar. And there are interviews with all different types of physicians here and practitioners. You can see the one was done last night. It happens once a month. And last night was a fantastic one. It hasn't been posted yet, but you'll see there's one with me. Here, this is a chiropractor. There's the anesthesiologist, chiropractor, internist. Here's the atomic medical physicist that made this possible, Dr. Gary Samuelson, dentist, internist, oncology nurse. Lots of good. If you want to hear other doctors, great resource site, okay? Also, another great site, as I said, is amazingmolecules.com. And I'm showing you this because you're going to have a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer as many as I can at the end. And I'm going to go through the information pretty quickly here. But I want you to have resources. And you can go and there are translations here into different languages. But amazingmolecules.com, this video explains the molecules very well. I'm going to explain it as well, what this product is. And then here's the resources. This is the Genesis video I told you about. Excellent. If you're interested in the opportunity, here's some opportunity videos. If you're not, just focus on the product part. Science videos, athletic performance videos, the nutritional video, the genetic double-blind study, okay? And this is pretty impressive. When you go to this, there's a summary and a report itself that this product turns genes back on that get turned off as we get older. Go take a look at this. And this is very fascinating because one of the genes that this turns back on that gets turned off is EGR1 for the science-minded people. I know there are some science people here. I can see them. EGR1 is just one of the genes that this product turns back on. Look what this one gene controls in our body, the pathways. Serotonin receptors, we know that's involved with depression, right? NRF2 pathways, we know what that's involved with, the science people. Ovarian infertility genes, human thyroid stimulating, spinal cord injuries repair, insulin signaling, circadian rhythm, that's sleep. This is a very, very, very amazing study. You can pull this up with lots more information here. Okay, so I'm giving you resources. I don't want to overwhelm you because I just want to sit and talk a little bit. Okay, but there's a lot of resources that you can look at. Now, I'm just going to share a couple of slides and then I'm just going to talk and then answer questions. One second, let me go back to sharing the screen. I keep going back and forth, I apologize. The baklava has me distracted sitting here in front of me. So what we have here is a breakthrough. And I'm going to focus on the breakthrough, completely patented part of this. And I'll touch on the nutritional part at the end. Just because you haven't heard about it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This product came into existence and the company launched in late 2009. And in 2016, there was an article in the Huffington Post, which is a very well-known media outlet. It says 5 emerging technologies in science that will shape our lives in the coming years, okay? And this is 2 years ago. Quote, here are 5 of the craziest game-changing technologies that are starting to take off in 2016. It says, pay attention. Some of these will shape our lives in the coming years. Well, I didn't know what number 1, 2, 3, and 5 were: organic electronics, nutrigenomics, synthetic biology, neuromorphic engineering. I looked them up. They're fascinating, fascinating things that are coming that we're going to be using in our lifetime. But I did know what number 4 was because I had been using it since 2011, and my dad started it at the very beginning of 2011. Redox signaling molecules, that's the technology. And the only company that has stabilized redox signaling molecules is ASEA. Because what this company did and these scientists did was felt to be physically impossible. and that's put redox molecules, which are reductants and oxidants. Reductants are negative, oxidants are positive, to put them in the same vessel and have them remain, stabilize reductants and oxidants. It was thought to be physically impossible to put negative and positive molecules together and not have them blend back to being what they were originally, which was salt and water. These molecules are made from 4 atoms, sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they're derived from salt and water. Your body makes these. Your body makes exactly what's in this bottle they make, but it was felt to be impossible to make them outside the body and have them stay reductants and oxidants and not go back to being salt and water. It would be kind of like trying to put hot water and cold water in the same bottle and have it stay hot and cold separate. Physically impossible, right? That's what was thought about this product. Whatever your reason for being here, we're very glad you're here. I always go through this because everybody comes to the table, comes to this curious for different reasons. My reason was my father, he was very sick, right? That was my reason for looking at it. Yours might be different. You might be here for reason number 1. You have a health issue yourself you want to see if this can solve. Sleeping problem, prostate problem, liver problem, ovary problem, eye problem, lung problem, skin problem. Maybe that's why you're looking at it. Maybe it's reason number 2, which was my reason. You love somebody that's ill or has a condition. And you would feel very guilty if you didn't investigate this now to see if at least it was real, if something happened to them down the road because you didn't take the time to look at it. That was my feeling, okay, in December of 2010 when my friend brought it to me. The third reason is the fun reason. You may just want to look younger. You may not like wrinkles. You may not like cellulite. This product works for that. It's proven. The fourth reason is athletic performance. Athletes run much faster and further. They recover much faster. We have Olympic gold medalists on this product. We have a collegiate athletes on this product. We have professional athletes on the product. There's no banned substances. Here's the first quiz. Why are there no banned substances? What's this made from? Salt and water. It's in us already, right? The fifth reason is probably the most important, protecting your health. We all notice that younger people have less diseases than older people. We all notice that younger people heal faster than older people. Why is that? Well, one of the things is their bodies produce more redox molecules than older people, and I'll share a slide that shows that. And the sixth reason is not the motivator for most people. If this is your first look at this, number 6 probably is not your initial reason for wanting to be here, but when you see what this product does, and you see that it's patented, you see that it's as safe as water, you see that we're very early in this, that most people virtually nobody knows about this yet, but they will know about it. When you see the people who are running this company, there's a corporate call today that maybe you might want to jump on. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern, called the In Touch call. It's on every, it's on the first Wednesday of every month. You can see recordings of it at IamASEA.com. But the sixth reason is the opportunity. Most people go through life either struggling financially or settling financially. Okay, and it's a fact. It is a fact. They're either struggling or settling. Most people. But it's not just struggling or settling financially. The other thing people struggle with is time freedom. They don't have enough time to do the things that they want to do. They're working all the time because they have to support their families. This business creates income and it creates time because it's residual income. It's passive income. You teach people about this, the company pays you. Every time they get product, the company pays you for making them aware of this breakthrough. The powerful thing is every month they get their product, the company pays you, whether you're working or not. The other part that gives you the time freedom and even more than that is the people you tell about this, they can tell people. If you told 10 people about this, you help 10 people. If you teach them how to teach 10 people they know who you don't know, right? Now you have 110 people using the product. The company pays you for all of that. Those 100 people can do the same thing. They can tell 10 people each. Now there's 1,000 people. The 1,000 people. Hi, honey.
Hi, good morning. Happy birthday.
Thank you. That's Wendy. And we got Europe, US, and Asia on. And thanks for the baklava.
Oh, you're welcome. Mm-hmm. Good morning, good evening.
Mm-hmm. So those 1,000 people can tell 10 people. It's 10,000 people. So there's something powerful here for people who are looking for an opportunity or or find a way to help a lot of people. I mean, just think about this. If you tell 10 people and they tell 10 people and they tell 10 people and they tell 10 people, you just impacted 11,110 lives. I could never do that as a doctor in my office. The fact is, this is spread around the world for me because I told some people and they told people. Very powerful. The last thing that people struggle with or settle with is satisfaction. They may not be passionate about what they do. They may like what they do. They may not like what they do. But there's one thing they need. They need to make money. Exist in this world, you need to make money to support your family. And this is a way that someone can do it on a very part-time basis, start sharing it, build some income, and then have choices. Do they want to keep doing what they're doing for a living? Do they want to cut back? Do they want to quit? So there's something here for everybody. Whatever your reason is, we're just very glad that you're here, honestly. So I'm going to ask people to share their stories in just a few minutes about what this product has done. But I'm going to get into, well, let me just share this one about the company and that's it. Then I'm going to turn my screen off. I'm going to explain what this is. For the opportunity people, this company is now 9 years old. That's the world headquarters. That's the production facility. It's an FDA-registered facility. The product is all produced in the United States. It's run by a very highly experienced, conservative, and ethical management team. They were profitable in the first year of business. They have increased revenue every single year. They have zero long-term debt. The FDA facility is in the US. This is the inside of the building. This is where the magic happens. This is where the impossible becomes possible. They turn saline into redox signaling molecules. It takes 3.5 days to do it. In your body, it takes a half a second. But they found a way to do it. It takes 3.5 days to do it. There are 18 global distribution centers around the world now. This product and the opportunity is available in over 30 countries, US, Canada, Mexico, Europe, over 20 countries in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and now in Asia in 5 markets. Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Thailand, and the Philippines. And also it's just entering Colombia and Dominican Republic here in this hemisphere. They've done over $500 million, over $500 million in sales since the launch of the company. So when you see people saying this is salt water, there are double-blind studies on this. I'll show you a way to get immediate results with this so you know that it's real. And how could a company possibly do $500 million in 9 years and continually grow every year if the product was salt water? Is it made from salt water? Yes, it is made from salt water. Is it salt water? No, it's redox signaling molecules. And if you look at the back of every bottle, there's a stamp by a company called Bioagilytics, and they say it's redox molecules. The company sends the product to Bioagilytics every single month to verify that we're producing redox signaling molecules and it's not salt water anymore. And Bioagilytics is a company that pharmaceutical companies are forced to and required to send their pills to validate that what the drug company says is in their drug is in their drug. This is not a drug. I'll tell you why in a minute. It can't be a drug. And it is a supplement, but the company still sends the product to Bioagilytics, even though it's a supplement, because we know what it is. So they've done $500 million in sales. Last year they did 84 million. This year they're on pace to do 130 million. This is starting to really grow. And that production facility is capable of producing $800 million a year as it stands. If they run it 24 hours a day, they're ready for the explosion. It's predicted will be a $1 billion company in 3 to 5 years. But when Vertis Norton had the plant built, he built it with enough space to put another production line in. So they can double output in 2 weeks. They can go to 1.6 billion in production just of the redox product, not even talking about the nutritional products, which we're going to touch on at the end. I'm going to focus on the breakthrough here. So they're ready for the explosion for the you entrepreneurs. We are post-risk. This company has gotten past its 5-year mark. Most companies, including network marketing companies, are gone within 5 years. 90% of them are gone. We're in our 10th year, and we're growing. We're entering momentum. And they pay us to do what I said. They pay us residual income, which is money while you sleep, which gives you time freedom, to make people aware of this product. We acquire customers and product users for the company, and then we get referrals to people that need the product, but also to entrepreneurs. We identify, train, and support entrepreneurs who want a better life. They want a better life. This is what we do. So let's talk about what the product is. It's not a vitamin, mineral, antioxidant, juice, essential oil. It's not a drug. It's created its own category of product. And as I've said, this product can do something that nothing else can do because it contains something that nothing else contains except for you. What's in this product is inside of you, but you produced more when you were younger. It is the world's first and only cell signaling supplement. That's what this is. This is the oral version. There are 2 topicals, a gel and a serum, and the technology is redox signaling molecules. Redox signaling molecules. They're produced in your cells, in your mitochondria. Excuse me. They're produced in your mitochondria, which the thought was the mitochondria was just, is called the power plant of the cell because it produces a molecule that we burn for fuel. And that was thought to be the only function of the mitochondria, was to produce ATP. But during the production of ATP, we produce these reductants and oxidants, as I said. There was no known function when I was in school in the 80s, but scientists have found that they have a function. They help our cells hear one another. Simply put, they amplify the signaling in the body, and it's proven that they keep our genes turned on. So the more of these molecules we have in balance, reductants and oxidants, our genes that control expression of our gene expression, which control our cellular function, as long as we have a lot of them, our genes stay on. As we get older, our genes turn off because that control inflammation, that control taking care of mutating cells, all of these things. And as we get older, we get sicker. As we get older, we get more diseases. As we get older, we don't heal as quickly. As we get older, our skin changes. It corresponds to our mitochondria producing less and less of these molecules, okay? And so they help our cells hear one another, and they turn our good genes back on. Okay, so let me go back to this. So what is it that they do? What do redox molecules do? Well, first of all, what they've done is they've created this outside the body. So what's in here is identical to what's in us. So let me just talk about safety before we talk about anything else. When you drink this product, it's as safe as water. Why? It's inside of you. It's made from salt and water. There are 3 differences between this and a drug. One, a drug, you can be allergic to it, right? And you could die or have a reaction. You can't be allergic to this. Why? Because it's inside of you. It's impossible to be allergic to it. 2, a drug, when you take a drug, you have to worry about it interacting with other medications you might be taking or other therapies or herbs. This doesn't do that. This is inside of you already, made from salt and water. When you drink it and ingest it, you're just raising your levels back up to what they were when you were younger, right? Because your levels have gone down from the time you're a little child. You know, a 5-year-old heals faster than a 15-year-old, and a 15-year-old heals faster from an injury than a 25-year-old, and a 25-year-old heals faster than a 45-year-old. Our levels are going down. When you drink this, you're raising the levels back up. You can't be allergic to it, and there's no drug interaction. The third thing is amazing. When you take a medication, it's toxic. There's toxicity. It has to be metabolized by your liver, right? There's toxicity. If you take the right amount of it, the prescribed amount, you're probably not going to get sick and die, but your liver isn't going to like it. Your kidney isn't going to like it, right? If you double the amount, the normal doses of a drug, you're probably going to have a problem. If you take double the amount of aspirin, double the amount of acetaminophen, double the amount of depression medicine, double the amount of chemotherapy, double the amount of arthritis whatever it is, you're probably going to have a problem because your liver and your kidney are going to be taxed. But there is an amount of any drug that you take and you can name that will kill you. You take too much of a drug, there's a certain amount that will kill you. This is not metabolized by the liver. It's not even absorbed through digestion. It's absorbed through water channels. But when you take too much of it, you don't have to worry because your body says, oh, we have enough. And your body turns the excess back into what it was, which was salt and water, which is saline, which is what our cells are filled with. Remember this slide. Our cells are little bags of salt water. So when you have too much, your body makes these redox molecules from salt and water. They're not salt and water anymore. They're charged molecules. They're negative and positive, all made up of a combination, some combination of sodium, chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. But if you drink too much, your body just turns the excess back into what it was, which is saline. So this is a completely different concept than drugs, right? So what do? They help our cells hear one another. Okay, I talked about turning genes on, and you can see the genetic double-blind studies at that website, amazingmolecules.com. My father's calling me to wish me happy birthday. Hang on a minute. Hey, Dad.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I'm doing a webinar. Look, say hi to everybody. They're all over the world.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
So let me call you when I'm done with this, okay? Thanks, Dad. Love you. So I'm very grateful that we have this product. My dad probably wouldn't be here today. But here is what this does. So when you have problems in the body, I don't care what kind of problem you have. You could have an injury. You could have some type of mutation that, God forbid, you could the cells. You have a problem with your liver, your kidney. It's always a problem with cells, right? So my dad had a prostate problem. He had cells that were not normal, and the immune system's job was to get rid of these. And all through life, we develop cells that are not normal. They could be mutating, right? They could be worn out, they're old. They could be damaged by trauma. And it's our immune system's job to come in and get rid of the bad cell, dissolve it, get rid of it, and the good cells can replicate themselves and you have a fresh cell. Now, one day, if this cell it's worn out, it's old, which cells wear out. If it just sits there and isn't replaced, if it's in your liver, you're going to have a poorly functioning liver. If it's in your brain, you're going to have a poorly functioning brain. If it's in your retina, you're going to have a poorly functioning retina. Our immune system is a miraculous thing. It really is. It's like the fire department and the ambulance, both. I mean, if you have a fire in your body or something's going on, a signal goes out to the fire department, say, or your immune system, to come down and get rid of the bad cell. But if the fire department doesn't get the signal, or the ambulance doesn't get the signal, if I call them with my phone, if I don't have a good signal and my neighbor's house is burning, they can't hear me, then the fire trucks don't come, right? And the house burns down. It's the same thing in the body. You have a bad cell in your prostate. If your immune system doesn't get the call for help, because the good cells sense there's a problem, it detects there's a problem, it calls for help. And the signal goes through the body, and the immune system cells rush down to the prostate and get rid of the cell, and the whole replication process happens. What do redox molecules do? They don't heal you. They don't cure you. Redox molecules in your body, which is what this is, and which is what this is, they amplify the signal. They make that call for help really loud. Okay? The more you have, the louder the call for help. As you get older, your cells produce less. The signal's not as loud, less. By the time you're 80 or 90, the signal is a whisper. The immune system's still coming down, but it's not coming down as fast and as hard because the signal is not clear and loud. That's what this does. It boosts the signaling in your body, including the pathway signaling genes. So I don't want to get deep into the science, but I hope you're getting an idea of what this is. It doesn't matter if it's a prostate cell, the signal's loud. It doesn't matter if it's a retina cell, the signal is loud. It doesn't matter if it's a lung cell, the signal is loud. Maybe Elizabeth will share in a minute what happened with her lung issue, with cells that were not normal. It doesn't matter what kind of cell this is, right? And then people say, well, how could it work for all these things? Because it doesn't matter. If you amplify the signal, then the body does what it's supposed to do. If I have good signal on here, I can make a phone call. I can use Google. I can do anything, right? I can call an ambulance, but if I don't have good signal, it doesn't work very well. That's what this product is. How to validate how quickly it works, I can tell you that taking this product, you want to drink it for 90 days. There's a money-back guarantee on it, so you don't have to work for 30 days, the money-back guarantee. Track your progress. Baseline every single thing in your health before you start and track your progress every week. How do you sleep? What's your energy level like? What you have any allergy problems, breathing problems, weight problems, blood sugar problems, mood problems, anything, and just track your progress, right? This is miraculous. You want to see something amazing? How many people, think about this, do you know anybody that has anything in their body that hurts them? Think about that. Could be you. Do you have any? Yep. Could be your finger, could be your back, could be your neck, could be your carpal tunnel area, could be a menstrual cramp. Who do you know that suffers with anything that hurts? Number one. Number two, would you like to have very, 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 very immediate validation on this technology? If so, I shot a video. It's 3timesin5minutes.com. Maybe somebody can put that in the chat. 3timesin5minutes.com. Here's what you do. Go to those 10 people and ask them what's the level of discomfort in their body. So if they bend their finger and it's a 2, that's fine. It's a 2. If they go like this with their hand and their wrist hurts and it's a 5, it's a 5, 10 being the most. If they're taking opiates because their neck is so bad from an accident, ask them what the level is, right? They rate their discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. They shake up the gel. It's clear. There's no smell. This product is marketed for wrinkles, right? Skin cells rejuvenate. This is proven. I have my PowerPoint goes through. I'm not going through the PowerPoint. All the documentation, you can get it, right? It's as safe as water, but let's say it's on their neck. They rate their discomfort. The discomfort is a 6. They take the gel and they just put it on real gently. I'm not really massaging. I'm using my fingertips, right? And they put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. So what does that mean? I put it on, I wait 2 minutes, I do it again, I wait 2 minutes and do it again. By the 10th minute, okay, after 10 minutes, you ask those 10 people how they feel now. Now, if you saw 2 of them get better, you would say, oh, it's a placebo. If you saw 5 of them get better, you'd probably say, wow, that's pretty amazing. If you saw 7 of them have an amazing result, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. What if you saw 9 of them get better? I'm not saying that you will, but let's just say you did your own experiment. And out of 10 people, the first day you got your product, right? You order the product, comes with a money-back guarantee. You order it, you're taking this, but you take the gel, you take pictures of your face and your skin because you're going to take serial pictures every week. But if you took the gel that day and you went out and saw 10 people and you saw 9 say, oh my gosh, what is this? Would that surprise you? Do it. And if you're looking at this as an opportunity, do it really, really fast. Because once you know it's real, one day those people who you'd be bringing it to are going to bring it to you. But if you bring it to them, number one, you help them now versus they get helped a year from now or 2 years from now. And number two, they're part of your team. They're your customers, or they could be part of your business partner. It's remarkable, absolutely remarkable how fast this can work. So I went over the redox portion of this, which has no nutritional value. So that's half of what we need. Remember, when your immune system gets rid of the bad cell and this cell replicates itself, what is this cell making this new cell out of? You need nutrition. The company has incredible nutrition. The company has incredible probiotic, prebiotic for your gut, because we lose so much of our flora in our gut, which is so important. And this is not just a gut supplement. People see amazing things happen cognitively, because a lot of things in the body are tied to the gut. The gut is now called the second brain of the body, and most of your immune system is in your gut. And they have a cellular longevity product. This is the nutritional component of what this company has, and this is the redox component. And there's also some skincare as well. So this is what we have. Marketed through network marketing. You're an associate. It's $40 US to become an associate. You can buy it as a customer, but it's better to buy it as an associate, because then you get a free website. You actually can get all of your product for free. How? Tell a few people about it. You tell a few people about this, every time they get their product, the company ships the product to them. Every time they get their product, the company puts money directly into your bank account. This gives you money so that you can pay for your family's products. You don't have to worry about cost. Let's say you just want to be even. You can have the incredible health. All of this, right? And Asia is getting this in a few months. I think Europe is just getting it now. And you can get the miracle patented product supplementing your redox molecules, and you can get it for free. But that's the same model that can give you time and money freedom for the rest of your life. You know, I think I'm the number 11 earner in the company in the world. I'm the only doctor in those top 11 people. The number one earner, the number one earner has a high school diploma, right? A housewife. And she'll earn between $3 and $4 million this year. And we're still at the beginning of this, right? She's helped more people than I have, right? It is a remarkable business model for people, number one, to make enough money to pay for their own product, which is not expensive. It's $130 a month for this product. If you're drinking 4 ounces a day, or that's 120 ml. If you drink more than that, I drink 8 ounces a day. So it cost me $260 a month. I don't care. I told enough people to pay for it. And then I took it beyond that, because you can tell as many people as you want, and they can tell people with no borders. So what I want to do is have, let's see. Elizabeth, would you mind unmuting your line?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. Elizabeth's in Sweden. I met her for the first time. I've seen her on Zoom for over a year. And I met her for the very first time in Dallas. She came to the convention. The next convention is going to be in the International Convention in Las Vegas in September 2019. But there are events taking place all over Europe. I'm going to be in Sweden. My sponsor, Debbie Wetzler, is going to be in Sweden in 2 weeks. I'm going to be there in 3 weeks. The president of the company is going to be in Gothenburg right after that. Meetings in Barcelona, all over Europe. And I had the pleasure of meeting Elizabeth. Can't wait to see you again when I come out there after my Ireland trip, when I'm in Stockholm and Västerås. But Elizabeth, would you mind just real briefly, because I want to get to questions, just kind of sharing, being compliant, not saying medical terms. You had a problem with cells that were not normal in your lung. Could you share real quickly what was going on and what happened to you?
Yes, I started with ASEA in April 2017, and after I got this cell, they told me they had bad cells in my lung and in my whole lymph system. So I started drinking it, and after 10 days, I felt a big difference. Something big happened in my body. So after that, I continued to drink and started the medical treatment, of course. And after 3.5 months, the lymph system was absolutely clean. And after 8 months, I stopped the medical treatment, because it's the things in my, I'm not allowed to say that, but the bad cells in my lung has been inactivated. So I'm there today, no medical treatment, and I drink only ASEA. I'm so happy, so you can't imagine. It's the best in my life. It changed my life, so it's so big. So tell everybody about this. You have to.
Thank you, darling. Really, thank you for sharing. And we're so glad that your friend brought it to you. And that's what we do. We feel responsible to share it with people, obligated. Thank you. Mozza, are you on the line?
I am.
Mozza, you're in the U.S. Could you just real briefly, I know you're rich, tell people what you originally looked at this for and what you saw without using medical terms, okay?
Absolutely. So my friend Charles introduced me to ASEA, and he said, I have this great product for you, Mozza. And I was like, oh, okay, what is it? You know, I don't like products. He said, well, it gets rid of wrinkles. I said, okay, stop. Where do I sign? Where can I get this product that gets rid of wrinkles? And he told me where to go. So I signed up that same night, and then I started using the product. Everything's great. And then my husband, he suffers from diabetes, and his sugar levels are like 280, 300.
Okay, so first of all, I have to say something. We don't make any medical claims at all about any health issues. We don't make any claims that this helps diabetes at all. But one thing we do tell people to do is, you know, we know it can't hurt. So if you happen to have a blood sugar problem, track what is your sugar normally in the morning, and then just kind of track your progress. So I have to make it very, very clear that we make no medical claims we don't use medical terms. Okay, so Mozza, continue.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
And then, so my husband started drinking 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces in the evening, and I would still check his sugar levels. They were still high, 280, 270. And then the second day, he drank 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces in the evening. On the third day, he drank 4 ounces, and at the same time as I'm checking his sugar levels, his numbers went from 280 to 104. It's miraculous. Seriously, I could not believe it. I was just dumbfounded by those numbers because his numbers have never, ever been that low.
So let me just interrupt you and say that we're going to say to everybody in this that was probably a coincidence, right? That someone's got a sugar like that and they take a product and something happens, but we can't make any claim that it was that did it. And I know that your father had an incident with his brain, right? And
yes,
something happened yeah.
Right. My dad had a stroke 5.5 years ago, and he's in a rehab facility. And he's been drinking ASEA for now about a month. And about 2 weeks ago, so 2 weeks into him taking the ASEA, 4 ounces in the morning, 4 ounces in the evening, he lifted his right hand all the way up. And he's never done that. And my mom couldn't believe it. And I said, Mom, it's the ASEA, has to be the ASEA. Keep giving him the ASEA. So
yeah, we can't claim that it helped anything, but we can just observe what happens. And the reason we can't claim it is because it's not a drug. But Mozza, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you being on here.
My pleasure.
Okay, everybody, let me just share something and then we're going to get to questions real quick. Because people like to kind of see changes. Now, this is the fun part. This is the reason. Remember the 6 reasons people look at this. One of them is anti-aging. This was the reason that Mozza first looked at it. But then she got it on her husband and got it on her father, and they're very, very happy. But you can see the before and after. This is top of my friend's head. This is not the surface of the moon, but you can see you don't see this type of thing in younger people, right? But this is the gel. This is a health practitioner. She's in Sweden, actually. But look real closely at the left and the right. There are a lot of people that say, I don't believe it's going to help me with my health problem, but boy, I'll use it for wrinkles. And that's fine. Whatever gets someone's foot in the door to learning about this and knowing it's real, we're happy about it. This is not a disease that's going to kill anybody, but it's something that, you can get scars from this problem. This is pretty remarkable. Just take pictures before and after. Now, women reported that their cellulite, or their cellulite, however you pronounce it, wherever you are, got better. So the company sent the product back to Dermatest, which is the lab that did the study on wrinkles, and they proved that it does actually reduce cellulite. So we have an incredible product here. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to ask you to get back to the person that introduced this to you, to get your questions answered, and to get the product and test it. And we need your help. Now, if you're not interested in making money, you're probably interested in at least helping people. Once you know that it's real, refer people to the person that introduced it to you. We're looking for people who need the product, and we're looking for people who want to make a difference, who will tell other people about this. This is spreading. Again, 84 million last year. This year we'll do about 130 million. We're just on a diamond call yesterday. Last week broke all records. This week is breaking all records. We're in that curve. We need help. You either refer people to us or get in the game and join us. Okay, we'll help you with webinars. We'll help you with support. If you're in Sweden, there's some big meetings coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to be there myself, and I hope to meet you, and I hope to meet your family, people you want to help. I hope to meet the people you care about. And at every meeting we do, we ask every guest who has something that's hurting them, and we get the gel on them. And 9 out of 10 of them, within 10 minutes, are listening very intently after that, because they know what this product does. Okay? So let me let you, anybody that has a question can unmute their line and ask anything they like. Bottom left of the screen, there's a little microphone. If you move your cursor with a red line through it, if you left click it, you can unmute.
Maybe you should stop the recording. There are
Yes,
questions.
good idea. Stop the recording.